Hey guys, how's it going? As a part of trying to work out how to get this guy working, this is a slide potentiometer. It has a motor on it, and I've actually got the motor working, just applying a simple voltage to the pins. I can get it go either direction, but I need to have this control via a microcontroller. So here is a kind of a layout for what's called a H-bridge. Uh, Voltage will come down one way, go through the motor, and then exit out one way when the transistors are activated in a certain mode. So if transistor 1 and 4 are activated, the motor will go in one direction. If transistors 2 and 3, the motor will go in a different direction by reversing the current. And so I've tried to build this circuit a number of times, and I'm learning a lot about it. This data sheet, I'm using these transistors, the 2N22222A, and it says in this thing here, it says when you're looking at this, how it's oriented, it says pin 1 is collector, pin 2 is base, and pin 3 is emitter. So what happens here is generally with a transistor, it works as a switch and an amplifier, actually. And so when you apply a current, a smallish current to base, a larger current that is emanating from collector is allowed to flow through into emitter. And so you get the total current coming through is basically base plus collector goes into emitter. And as you vary base in terms of current, the emitter current will vary as well, on the order of its amount of HFE, which is essentially, they call it beta. It's essentially the factor that's applied to the base current by the transistor. Now, I could not get this to work. And in pieces I could get it to work, but I could not get it to work collectively. So I bought a device. I was thinking maybe my transistors are having problems. So I bought this device. It's supposed to be able to put a transistor in there and get it to work. This device was dead on arrival. I actually pulled it apart. I think I found a short on the display module, and I believe this device, it does not work. So then I got this device, which is like, I don't know how these guys do this, but I think this thing was like between $7 and $10. It came as a kit. I had to put it together, but this, nothing. So both of my testers have just not worked, and I'm kind of bummed out about it. So I ran across this, and this is evidently a professional tester. It's gotten really great reviews, and I see a lot of people using this particular device. So I decided I'm going to buy this guy. And so I've placed a transistor into these test leads. And what is really amazing about, in fact, all of these devices, is you do not have to tell the device what you are testing. You just clip it on, and it figures it out. When I press this guy here, it's going to come up and it's going to attempt to test it. And it comes back and tells me red is base, green is collector, and blue is emitter. So if we look at, so let's look at this again. Green, let's see, what did he say? Green is collector. So in this orientation, it might be hard for you to see this. Green is collector. That's pin 3 is collector. we look up here, collector is marked as pin 1. This entire time I've been working with these transistors, and it's the wrong pinout. And so this device actively tested it and figured it out. I've tested a number of different transistors with this, and they all come back the same way. This data sheet is wrong. And so I've been trying to wire this thing completely backwards. And that's the reason why I think things are not going well. So hopefully I'll have a working H-bridge here in maybe a couple hours. But it's amazing what happens when you have the right tools. And this little device right here is probably, I've already got a lot of time into this H-bridge, at least 5 or 6 hours of just monkeying around and testing. I would have continued on with that. More transistors, thinking they were bad. This device allowed me to test it. Transistor's good. And then it also tells me the pinout. Unbelievable. That's it.